That is weird. The O signal, where art thou? The simulation is collapsing. Ugh. Okay. Ah, crap. Okay, yeah, we are going to have another ad break coming up here because this is the, Twitch thinks I just went live again. Damn, is today a good day to stream? I don't know. Because first there was the controller lag, and then now the stream just apparently completely shit the bed for a second. I got no clue what happened. I don't know. The universe might be saying, hey, take today off, man. But no, I don't want to take today off. I want to stream. Yeah, nuclear missile engineer at day, gay femboy furry during night. Dang. Man, again, though, I'm like, I won't lie. Like, I have had a couple moments where, it's like, oh, man, like, am I gonna be doing much for my life, with, like, me stuff? I mean, I don't know. I'm more so just getting a degree just to get the degree. I'm not really even, like, true about, or not even concerned with what I ultimately want to, like, specialize in. I'm just, like, looking to get something out of this just as a whole. And all that. By the way, the stream is up. Like, you all can hear me, right? Just double checking before I start on my rambling spiel again. Okay, there we go. I just had to refresh the Twitch app. Okay, yeah, I think I'm good. Okay. Yeah, we're back. Just in case there are people stuck in ad hell, I will go ahead and wait until the ads finish, and then we will resume from there. Yeah, look at that. It's still going from, like, the completed mission 19 thing. But yeah, like, ultimately, whatever job that I end up working in and everything, it is whatever I need to do is good. Do what you need to do. Hell yeah. Let's say I'm not somehow. So I'm willing to. So I wonder if because I was just live a couple of minutes ago, it like thinks I'm trying to game the system. I wonder, because I've had it happen once before where, like, some sort of disconnect happened. Okay, and now we're back to Pursuit of Giant Submarine. We are on the correct timeline again. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Where, like, I had a disconnect happen, and then I immediately went back up, and then, like, multiple people were saying they didn't get ads. I wonder if that's, like, Twitch's way, because from Twitch's perspective, I just went offline and then went back online. So I wonder if that's, like, their way of, like, trying to prevent, like, people from just farming, like, ad revenue. I wonder. I'm not sure. Let's see, I'm not somehow, last time I got an ad lasted for 30, 40 hours. I'm not even, jeez. Damn. Oh no. Yeah, we are on either the correct timeline or the wrong timeline, depending on what your view of the XFA-27 is. Actually, you know what? No, we're not. I'm not gonna stand for, I don't mean to save. No, I just wanted to head back to the menu. No. Hold on, no, I'm not gonna stand for being teased like that. Let's see, reset, then got a 12-hour ad. Is YouTube doing its thing where it's, like, messing up and shit again? See, have a good lurk, Evan Star. We'll be here. So here, what if I go to free mission, last resort on hard difficulty? Let's do the extra aircraft rather. I'm just gonna play with the XFA-27 for the last two missions here. No, it was Twitch. Damn. We have received. You know, in all fairness, Twitch is, like, a bit of a sinking like ship, and everything. Like, on some days Twitch wants to work, but then on other days Twitch just does not want to work. Like, I've noticed some pretty consistent like days where like multiple back-to-back days where like Twitch is just like fucking up for one reason or another. Like the connection to the streams, like maybe not like the best and everything. So it's like, what do we do? And all of that. Yeah, like having been streaming on this platform for a couple of months at this point now, I can definitely understand why people like throw a big fuss about Twitch at times, for sure. Damn, what was Twitch doing? First their mobile app, then the ads. Yeah, like, especially, so I'm not sure who here by chance is familiar with Pirate Software, like Thor from Pirate Software, because he did a really excellent, like YouTube short that highlighted just how much money it takes for Twitch to host a stream and whatnot. And like the estimate that he gave, because like he used like a Twitch like cost calculating kind of site, and he estimated it was like a couple $1,000s just per stream, not even per year, for someone to be streaming in like 1080 for like multiple hours with an audience of like 8,000, I think it was, like the specific metric that he used and whatnot. And then so I, you know, it may not be, thank you Stream Elements, very cool. It may not be as expensive for someone, you know, like me, because I'm only streaming in 720, and on normal days I only stream for like 4 hours, or not, well, on rare days I stream for 4 hours. On most normal days I stream for 2, I should say. So even if it's not you know, honestly, I might need to check out that calculation app and then see what like rate I get essentially for like my streams and everything. All right, here comes the stress-inducing part where I gotta shoot a missile out the sky with just my cannon here. If my aim could be any more true, that would be nice. God, it also doesn't help that the missile here. See, like I'm trying to make sure I don't overshoot it, but then I end up hitting the brakes too hard, and then wait, is he low? Oh. Working on it. Also doesn't help that the cannon in Ace Combat 2 here is absolute dog shit, so it probably doesn't, that probably doesn't help things either. You know the mechanical tales from Lethal Company? I mean, I don't play Lethal Company very much. Like, I've only played it a couple times with, like, friends and whatnot. Hey, there we go. We saved the city. There we go. I won't lie. I was getting a little bit panicked there. I was just getting a tad, or, not Lethal. Oh, where did I read Lethal from? From the Tail Company. Sorry, I was half flying, trying to shoot down a cruise missile, half reading the chat there. I do love the tails that they made. I don't think I'm familiar with those kinds of tails now. Thank you, Stream Elements. Very cool. All right, now we can move on to Fighter's Honor. Okay, there we go. I won't lie. I was getting just a wee bit panicked there, but no, we're good. I was gonna say, like, wait a minute. Okay, so when I first read, somehow I read the Tails Company as Lethal Company. I'm like, oh, was that another mod that just came out? Because like I said, I do have the game. I don't like play it very frequently though, outside of like friends, like getting together with like friends every now and then, like once in a blue moon and whatnot. Going to save up for one. Save up for one. They're 200 buckles for me. Or 200 buckles for one. Got ya. Man, yeah, I mentioned this yesterday, but for anyone in the stream here who wasn't here for that whole talk, I am thinking of making my own fursuit at some point. The thing is, though, I've got like 2 big expenses that I have like lined up, I guess, for what I eventually want. The first one, and probably what I'm gonna gun for first, is like a dedicated desktop PC, because right now I'm just streaming from my laptop and everything. So obviously, like, you know, there are a number of advantages with like a desktop PC. You know, like more, like I could play games from the desktop PC instead of needing like an external capture card for a console, though I'd probably stream from like a console with a capture card and everything, like pretty consistently once I do get my hands on on a desktop at one point. More power can be delivered as well, because I have a hunch that the reason why the stream went down for just a second is because I am using a USB-C hub that I have, that like what I have plugged into the USB-C hub is my HDMI for my second monitor here, my Ethernet port for like the router that I'm using to boost the signal here, my capture card, like the USB for the capture card, and then the USB for my microphone and everything. So I'm thinking with like a better supply of power and whatnot, like some shortages like won't occur, because I'm willing to bet like maybe the Ethernet port got like shafted like for a second and maybe not enough power was being delivered to it. Because like during that whole outage, like on my laptop there, it was still signaling that I was like connected with Ethernet and everything. So I'm not sure. Halfway there, I feel like they also made one for the ears as well. If I was ever going to get a fursuit, it would be a Protogen one. Nice, dude. Protogen fursuits are really damn cool, especially with like all the like customization and everything that goes into like the facial expressions and everything. Protogen suits are really damn cool. For me, I would say that I'm still sticking with like wanting to build one of my own rather than getting someone like to make it for me. And like the main reason why I mentioned this during yesterday's stream, so sorry for any newcomers here, but for anyone who wasn't here during yesterday's stream, the reason why that I ultimately want to proceed with moving forward with making like one of my own at some point is just because I wouldn't have to worry about all of the logistical the logistical nightmares that come with commissioning someone else for the suit and whatnot. Between like making sure that that everything is like paid for on time and and all that. Which I'm not trying to like shit on like any fursuit costs. Like I totally get why fursuits are like as expensive as they are, given like how much time and labor and everything especially that goes into them, and with like cost of living ever so steadily rising. Meanwhile, wages are still for some reason like mostly the same that they are, or like at least they're not receiving the same amount of like numbers gains and whatnot. Like it's still the wages aren't rising as fast as like cost of living is and whatnot. And everything, but not having to worry about another payment plan would be nice, because I'm already gonna have to worry about another payment plan when like student loan payments for me are gonna start being due in like September or October of this year. So that would be one less thing for me to keep track of, or rather I'd be able to like spend on my own pace and everything. And all that. But like the primary reason why is just because of like the worry that like the whatchamacallit, oh, hang on, my backup playlist was still going for a little bit there. But the main reason why is because of the other logistical parts that go into something like that. Mainly with shipping, because I don't want a nightmare scenario to happen where, like my fursuit is entirely paid for, the person makes it, and then it's shipped out, and then, it gets lost like in transit somewhere. I don't want that to happen. And, I don't think I would be able to just exactly, like ask them like, hey, could you remake this one since it got like lost in transit and whatnot. And it also doesn't help that I have seen like my fair share of horror stories when it comes to unresponsive fursuit makers or like fursuit scam stories as well. Like you got to make sure that like, the seller, no, you got to make sure that the seller is who they say they are, and everything that, and like, above all else, I personally view like a fursuit as like to be a really special, like, something that you would, that like you would choose to either make or buy or whatnot. Like I consider like a fursuit to be in like much higher regard, essentially, because it is a physical representation of like your character. Because something really interesting about like furries and whatnot is, unlike most fandoms and everything, like most fandoms are like fans of an intellectual property. And I'm real quick, I'm paraphrasing this from I'm not sure if anyone is familiar with Ash Coyote. But Ash Coyote interviewed like essentially the fathers of the furry fandom in her documentary, Mark and Rodney. And I forget who it was that said something to this effect, but they said something to the effect of, like other like fandoms and everything would look at them kind of funny because, other fandoms are like fans of intellectual properties and whatnot, like Star Trek, Star Wars, things like that. But then, you know, here we are, here like furries are like, you know, fandom, our fandom is like revolved around a concept or something. So to have that concept be brought to life in like some way and everything, I consider to be really freaking special, especially since most of the time, you know, we can only like interact with like our sonas and everything like through screens and whatnot. So to have, again, like IRL representations of them to some extent, like physical, you know, and everything, it's really darn cool. So that's why, you know, that's why I personally view a fursuit in like higher regard, or rather high regard. I don't know, like higher than what exactly, I'm not sure. Like I view it in high regard. And ultimately, like if anyone is going to, like the more that I think about it, the more that I'm like, you know what, if anyone is going to make a physical representation of my Sona, like a physical representation of Thunder, I would want it to be me, you know? And it's not even, well, actually, no, I was gonna say, it's not even that I wouldn't trust anyone. No, I literally just talked about, no, we gotta make sure that they are who they say they are, and that like nothing happens in shipment and whatnot. And you know, I've gone on record about like trust issues and whatnot before. So, I mean, I don't want to come off the wrong way when I say that like I wouldn't 100%, like I would essentially be like anxious about the whole process. Meanwhile, if I went about making one of my own, I would have the reassurance that I am in control, like from start to finish, even if it is more than likely going to take me like well over 5 attempts, or you know, probably in order to make like one that I am ultimately happy with, like to make one that I would actually want to take to a convention and whatnot. You know, I've got that reassurance that I like was in control of the process from start to finish and whatnot. And and all that. Which honestly, I'm thinking that like my fursuit, I would probably just go for like the head, the tail, the hand paws, and then the foot paws probably. I don't think I would want to do a full suit quite yet, just because I like the idea of like pairing out different outfits like with the other parts of the suit and whatnot. Like the clothes that I've got on right now, or that Thunder has on right now at the bottom left there, like I could totally see myself getting that exact like outfit and everything, and then like wearing that to a convention and whatnot. Meanwhile, whatchamacallit, meanwhile, like a full suit wouldn't like provide the opportunity for me to wear the clothes, or I guess I could wear the clothes somehow if I like got the clothing in like way higher of a size than like than like I would normally like get the whatchamacallit, get the clothing and whatnot. So yeah. So, but like I said though, I'm probably going to get my desktop PC first and foremost. Because I do want to upgrade my streaming equipment at some point. And like the upgrades to the streaming equipment is more of an immediate like concern of mine than like the full suit, because I'm not gonna go to any other conventions this year. I do definitely plan on going to Furry Week at Atlanta next year though, because Furry Week at Atlanta was so much fun. It was so much fun. I'm so glad that I went. You know, I mean, granted, like FWA did leave me really exhausted at the end, but that's natural and to be expected and whatnot, because introvert me, made the exception to socialize for like the extended weekend and whatnot. And, I'm in the middle of my, my 3 months of, recovery from socializing and whatnot. And, by recovery, I mean like live streaming to people on Twitch. So, well, I mean, I don't know. There's not, it's not like a situation where like it's like anything IRL. So yeah. Okay, so here, let me catch up on the chat. The moving LED mouth, nice. Yeah, I have gotten scanned with AI art before. Oh no. Paid $120 for something that looks terrible. If you want to see, check my Twitter if you want. Ooh, damn. Was it one of those like commission beggars essentially, where they like made the first move on you and they were like made the first move on you and they were like, hey, I'm offering XYZ services and whatnot and all that? Because I did actually have that happen to me once, where someone like reached out, like someone joined a server on Discord that I was in, and the person, like, I got a DM from them, and the thing is, I had seen other this happen to other people as well, where like someone would like make the first move and offer their services and everything. So I already had a pessimistic view. I'm like, oh, don't do it, because they went through the motions of saying like, hey, how are you? How's the day going and whatnot. And the whole time I'm over here thinking like, oh, they're gonna ask, aren't they? And then sure enough, you know, as we get into the conversation, you know, they're like, hey, you know, could I ask something and everything? And they're like, well, I'm running low on funds, and I also advertise, or they're advertising rather. They also go, hey, I'm also making XYZ kind of like art and everything. And I'm like, yep, knew it. Didn't even reply to that person afterward. I just blocked them and moved on. Blocked them, reported them to the to like a mod in the server and whatnot, and just went on with my day from there. Oh, Ash there, nice. Oh, nice. Yeah, you do. Yeah, Ash Coyote's a really good like film, like documentary filmmaker and everything. I like her stuff. For a while, I wanted to conceptualize for an otter and red panda hybrid as my persona. Yo, oh, that'd be pretty cool. Nice. I mean, I'm assuming by the way you worded that, you've moved on from the otter red panda, or are you still thinking about that one? That sounds really cool. You know what I would do? I would use a reverse image search on the art and then then send the money. Gotcha. Jesus Christ, I talk a lot. Dude, you're perfectly fine. You're perfectly fine, Glacier. I think my ramble of just stuff there, like I'm someone who likes to ramble a lot too when it comes to like any like particular topic that I'm passionate about. Like if you got me, like if Ace Combat Zero ever came up as like a topic of like a discussion, dude, I have the whole floor for the next hour or so just talking about that game and whatnot. So dude, any and all rambling is perfectly fine. I like to do my fair share of rambling, so any kind of chatting in the chat is perfectly fine and welcome. No worries, Glacier. How about a 3/4 partial? 3/4, maybe, or would that be considered the 3/4? The head, the hand paws, the foot paws, and then the tail? Or do you mean like getting the arms and like not like the legs and everything and whatnot? I'm not too familiar with like fursuit terminology, so you'll have to excuse my lack of knowledge. Partial fursuits are quite nice too. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like not as intense. Not as intense like on the body with like the heat and everything, which, man, I do not know how full suitors are able to survive in the hot ass weather of like whenever they do their the fursuit walks for like whatever convention that they're a part of and everything, and it's like 80, 90 something degree weather. I cannot imagine doing the full walk there. Like even just doing that kind of walk on the partial sounds kind of rough, but like the full sit, man, I cannot imagine the full. See, where the chest is not there, it would look nice and it would be functional. Got ya. No, I asked, they said I could try. Oh, got ya. See, that really sucks. Like that. Yeah, I know. Fuck, man. See, it's stories like that. Like that's the reason why I am usually like more on guard, I guess. I don't know, because for anyone watching the stream for the first time here, I know I've mentioned this a couple times, but I'm still working them out and everything, but I'm less quick to trust people. Let's just say, put it the good way. Whenever like they reach out and like make the first move for like conversations and whatnot, it does take me a while whenever someone reaches out to me first, like for me to like get like their kind of vibe and chill and everything. And then yeah, just reading about situations like that happens. It's like, yeah, that's why I got my shield up, if you will, and everything. More so the shield is up for like if someone like reaches out to me like through a more I don't know if intimate would be the right word, but like a more personal means of like DMs and everything. Cause like anyone here in the Twitch chat, you know, I'm not immediately quick to like raise my shield and whatnot. You know, I'm like, chatter. Like that's the whole reason why I'm live streaming, you know, for people to interact and chat and whatnot. But if like someone like wants to get to know me a little bit better, that's when I'm like, just like shield up. Who are you? kind of a thing. Let's see. Well, I guess we are like with the talking a lot lemma. Hey, yeah, we're not so different, you and I. Yep. See, I'm halfway there to the channel points. Man, their fursuits are like Florida. I know, dude, it is nuts. Like, me personally, I don't know about anyone else in the chat. I am someone who prefers it to be colder than it is warmer, because I find that it is much easier to warm up than it is to cool down. And the classic example of like, you can only take off like so many layers of clothing before, you know, like the heat gets to you. And then meanwhile with like the cold, you can like gather as many blankets that you want to, and everything for that. When you think about it, fursuiters and NASCAR drivers have one thing in common: the heat. Dude, being able to like endure the heat, yeah, because it gets incredibly hot in like a NASCAR car as well. Like NASCAR, Formula One, more so NASCAR, because NASCAR like stock cars are like have more of an enclosed space, whereas like Formula One drivers, they got like a bit of breathing room with their like open like cockpits, I guess, steering system. I don't know. I'm so used to using the term cockpit for aviation terminology. I'm like, would cockpit be the right word for a stock car too? The driver's seat, I guess, the cabin, the means to make the car go vroom vroom. I don't know about anyone else, but I personally really love whenever like the game lets me have the option to. I like to go back to like the starting area for a game, and then like I take like some of the later end game stuff, like the XFA here, using it on the first mission, and I just like to wipe the floor with people. Because the replayability of being able to use like the more advanced aircraft on some of the starter missions and everything, that is like a big like part of Ace Combat's core like formula and whatnot. Because rarely do you ever unlock all of the aircraft and everything on your first playthrough. Because like Ace Combat 7, for instance, Ace Combat 7, I mean, I forget the exact path I took off the top of my head, but I know I had a number of aircraft, you know, still left to grind out and research in the tech tree, for instance, when I was done with like my first playthrough and everything, and then going back and like using the more efficient planes for all of the S ranks and everything. Super good stuff. Super good stuff. Just the head can be as heavy as strapping a brick to your head. I know, yeah, like with all the materials that go into it and everything. Speaking of fursuit heads, though, I've seen like some people make some really wild fursuit heads, like including fans, like small little personal fans in the back, like LED, you know, kind of like eyes and everything. Like that is so cool. You know, like I'm definitely not gonna try to do something that complex for like my very first like fursuit head whenever I get around to making that. But it is something that I definitely want to at some point, you know, like want to try and everything. Love the fact you can just shoot out 4 missiles in the XFA-27 rather than just 2. I know that flexibility that you get with the 4 missiles instead of 2 means, again, yeah, like going after bombers or transports or like any other heavily armored targets that requires more than 2 like missiles and whatnot. Super good. And you know what? Actually, we're gonna do some of the missions that I did not do in the first playthrough and everything. Because the way that the paths branch out in Ace Combat 2, there are some missions that you just won't be able to get to, like during your playthrough and everything. So I'm gonna go through free mission here and do some of the missions that I did not do in yesterday's stream, but all with the XFA-27, because I am in the mood to just wipe the floor with the coup d'etat forces here.
Several oil field plants and refinery bases, and is considered to be an important facility for
the oil field.
Make an immediate sortie and destroy it. Target the offshore oil field facility and refinery bases. A part of the oil field is heavily fortified to fend off our attacks. Try not to get caught in enemy fire. Beginning with this operation, escort planes...
Oh yeah, and then the dialogue for hiring a wingman and all that. No support, I'm good. We're going after an oil field, you say? USA has entered the chat. What the fuck is a kilometer? Can I? Damn it. I don't know, the playing chicken kind of kills, like the front like facing kills here seem to be little on the more inconsistent side. Jeez, what? Missiles, you good, man? Missiles are having Ace Combat X moments here, where they just barely miss the enemy due to like the really strict hitboxes in the game. There we go. Ah, fuck, there's an annoying ass fly in the room now. Damn it. Fly, please don't bug me. That was close. I've also been seeing some Japanese fursuiters appearing in some Western furry conventions. They're so cute. I know, like oh my god, I forget the name of like the specific design off the top of my head. But if we're thinking of the same thing, then I know what you're talking about. I know, like so cute. I know. Like I want to hug. I want to hug, obviously with the fursuiter's consent, of course. But yeah, like hugs and everything if they're allowed. I'm still salty that I did not get to hug the Bandit Healer fursuiter at FWA. I don't know what I was doing when Bandit must have went down to like the lobby for like at the Marriott, like the Marriott Marquis and everything. But still, I'm like, damn, I missed out. Could have gotten the best hug in the world from Dad. I could have been told that like, hey, things will be okay and everything, but no, my dumbass had to be too busy either being an introvert in the game room or just too much like partying somewhere else. Ooh, no, okay, I'll get that other one later. How airy. I guess that fly is bugging you. Let's go. Man, speaking of Ace Combat, like super planes and everything, I am still really excited. Again, I'm not sure when I want to do this, but I do want to at some point play Ace Combat 6. And you bet your ass that when I do play Ace Combat 6 on stream, I will be taking the CFA 44 Nosferatu. On like a number of missions in the campaign as well. I'm not gonna absolutely sweat because I'm gonna be playing on like hard difficulty maybe. I do want to eventually do like like Ace difficulty like playthroughs of games and everything where I do just like use like the best plane in the game and whatnot for like a lot of the missions and everything and just sweat my ass off like for all the S ranks and everything. I do think that would be like fun and everything. Let's see. Well, I'm gonna go. Rail is streaming. Bye. Yeah, no worries, Glacier. Good to have you, man. See you later. How much? Okay, we do have a couple of more targets around here. Oh, hold on. Come on now. Boom, baby. There we go. Okay, random ass thought that I just had now, chat. So, chat, who else here absolutely hates mowing the lawn? I forget off the top of my head. I might have talked about this at one point on stream before, but if I did, then sorry. Then, but if not, then yeah. And the main reason why I say that is because I've been having to take over mowing the lawn at the house and whatnot. Man, fucking God, man, mowing the lawn is just such a pain in the ass because you have to mow the, like, you have to get your lawnmower out and everything. You have to like stay out there for at least like at minimum an hour if you like want to speed run it and everything. Because like compared to other chores around the house, for instance, like doing the dishes or doing your laundry or whatnot, you know, one, it doesn't, you know, usually doesn't take nearly as much time to do the other chores, for one. For two, you get to be in your air-conditioned building of choice, like your house, your condo, your apartment, your whatever, and all that. So having air conditioning is nice. Meanwhile, mowing the lawn, you're in the fuck-ass, you know, heat and everything. And, you know, that definitely doesn't work well as someone who prefers things to be hotter rather than, or prefers things to be colder rather than hotter. I almost got those flip-flopped. No, if I wanted things to be hotter, then mowing the lawn would be an absolute breeze. No, but as someone who likes things to be colder so I can heat up more, there we go, that's probably what I was trying to say. Trying to cool down in the middle of some fuck-ass heat when you need to mow the lawn like once every week, you know, and like how quick the grass grows back and everything, all for the sake of like the 2 people who will care to give commentary on the status of your place of residence and be like, damn, your grass is kind of looking kind of big. Buddy, I don't give a shit how my yard looks. I am not one to go outside and touch grass very often anyway, me being a gamer and shit, so like fuck off and all that. But yeah, TLDR, I do not like mowing the lawn. Just a random ass thought, because I'm probably gonna need to do that tomorrow. Or, well, no. I was gonna say, or maybe I could knock it out tonight after stream, but then I'm like, no, it'll be like 8 o'clock or like whenever I elect to end stream, if not 8, and everything. So I'm like, I don't know. Come to think of it, I've never mowed a lawn before. We usually hire someone taking care of it. See, and that's what I want to, like, that's what I want to do. But the more that I think about it, the more that I realize that, like let's say the person who like mows your lawn charges like $20 like for each session and whatnot, right? So once a week, that's like what, like $80 to $100 per month dedicated to just hiring the person. Or like if they have a slightly higher cost, like let's say they let's say it's like 40 like per mowing session, then all of a sudden you're at like what? It would be like 160, 200, somewhere around there, like depending on how many weeks you want to go with, like 4 or 5 or like however many and all that. And I'm like, damn, like the only thing that's preventing me from hiring someone is because the way that I think about like the financial investment long term and everything is like, you know, that's $200 that I could be spending on, you know, like getting games or, you know, getting commissions or like whatever. So me personally, even though I do not like mowing the lawn and whatnot, I am willing to power through it for the sake of like financial help and whatnot. Especially since my place of work is really starting to crack down on like the hours that we all get and whatnot. And the main reason for that is because my workplace, unfortunately, has a bonus for upper management for the more money they save. So the more money that they save, the higher their bonus is. So that naturally leads to less hours for us, because less hours means less money given to us and everything. So it's typically around this time that the store that I work at and everything goes into like extreme like cost cutting mode and whatnot. It also doesn't help that that the particular store that I work at is one of a few now that have gone on the trend of like decreasing their prices and everything after they're not getting as many sales as they would like to. Basically, like the store's cutting their prices and basically admitting that they were just price gouging for the sake of it and shit. And everything, like the store that I work at is one of those places. So between like them getting less like immediate short-term gains in sales and everything, on top of the fact that, hey, the more money you save, you know, your bonus and everything at the end of the summer will be that much greater and everything. That usually leads to me not getting as many hours at work and whatnot. And the thing is, I'm probably, well, I assume a lot of people feel this way too, is like, we want hours, but then as soon as we actually get hours, I'm like, do I want to go into work tomorrow? It's like the classic fuck this job goes to work kind of mindset and whatnot. But especially, you know, with things like my student loan payments that are going to be starting up in the fall and whatnot here. Because I'm only taking a single online like summer course, so I don't meet like the half-time like student requirements for the university that I go to. So then both the federal government, both like the federal loans, and then who I'm doing like the private loan business with, are gonna be like, oi, that's a lot of money you got there. You mind if we get some? And all of that is like, nah, leave my money alone. Like, damn. Why is it that when I get in here, people are talking about mowing the grass? I randomly decided to pull out the topic of whether or not people in the chat liked mowing the lawn or disliked it. Which, by the way, Glacier, welcome back. Yeah. Oh, right. Rail is doing something. Gotcha. Hi again. Yeah, good to see ya. It just happens, I guess. Yeah, this stream, my streams are usually just kind of a place to just talk about whatever, like whatever particularly like comes up in my mind, or like if someone brings something up in the chat and everything. It's as much of like just a chill, relaxed, like chatting kind of stream as it is like us gaming and like focusing on that and whatnot. Especially since right now I'm just going through all the missions that I didn't complete on the first playthrough of Ace Combat 2 yesterday. And then we're just shooting the shit, just chilling. We do be chillaxing. Hey, there we go. Hello. Mental issues, by the way, am at 620 channel points. Hey, nice. Just the overpoweredness of the XFA-27 here. Yeah, the 4 missiles, the insane speed and maneuverability, super good. Super nice to go from like your starter F4 or your like MiG-21, for instance, and then just like to go from that to this. I guess it would be MiG-21 in this case, because that's the path, like the extra path that you have to take, because you don't get the F4 during your extra path playthrough, just the normal one. So bam. Galvanized rubber rat eating a taco with a damn sombrero. Ugh, big stretch. Oh yeah, that's why ads haven't played yet. Okay, so yeah, I normally have ads on the hour every hour, but because of the stream, because of the stream restart. Let's see. To talk about dat, talk about a galvanized rubber rat eating a taco with a damn sombrero. I assume the rat in question is a nice fellow gentleman. Here, I need some water. Hold on. Y'all get a free hydrate redeem here. Oh shit, I didn't even realize. Look at my normal time, 4:20. Hey, I didn't even realize that the first time. Which one did I not do? Right, so... Oh, this is the one where you have to shoot down the containers with your cannon. I will try my best here. Rat's a gang member. Blazing it.
Interrupt the enemy supply operation. We have received information that the enemy supply plane unit is approaching their garrison. As a result of our attack on the shipbuilding facility and the sinking of the transport ship, the enemy seems to have changed their supply route to air. The targets are containers of supply material dropped from...
I know I mentioned this in yesterday's stream, but the K Kona voice that this guy has. K Kona, what the fuck?
Before they reach the ground. Target: the enemy supply plane unit and the supply
Wick. The enemy supply plane unit and the supply containers.
Therefore, you must use machine guns.
Yes, the machine gun, the cannon, the not the most reliable thing in this game. At least on the bright side, there are not as many high stakes implications with this one. Rather than an SLBM, we're just shooting down some containers. So if the enemy gets access to a couple more weapons here and there, then you know what? That's fine. Wick! I'm gonna circle back around here. I will say, I do like the circle formation that they all have for the containers. Very satisfying, especially if you get your shots on target here. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Love the guitar for this music here. I think I missed a couple back here. Let me grab those. Oh, they are way higher than I thought they would be. Ah! On our right, on our left, they are everywhere. Bam. All right, there we go. Now I'm starting to get into the rhythm. Yeah, once you get into like the flow, the rhythm of everything here, that's when things become a lot easier. And we got someone on our ass. Get off me. Come on now, there we go. All right. Shit, man, my aim is staying true. See, when the targets stand still like this, when they descend slowly and everything, wouldn't you know it? It's a lot easier to shoot them down compared to the cruise missiles and everything from before. Gonna play Beat Saber, bye-bye? Yeah, have fun, Glacier. Good having you around again. Oh, okay, I will admit I was a little careless with the throttle there. Let me circle back. Oh, imagine the rebels on the ground there. They are so close to getting their package, and then whoosh, XFA 27 comes in and ruins their whole fucking day. So which one? So Swordsmith's Toy Box, Seagull, One Night Stand, Power Play, El Dorado. Okay, so yeah, I did not do these ones. Not gonna lie, I was half tempted to do Seagull again, just to see if I could actually know the correct direction of an aircraft carrier this time. I don't want to test myself, though, because I know for a fact that even if I do get the right angle, I'm probably gonna get careless with the throttle at one point, and then next thing you know, I'm gonna go just into the ocean, and then I'll be 0 for 2 for carrier landings in Ace Combat 2 here. Which, fun fact about carrier landings, so you know how in arcade flash games like Ace Combat, for example here, you are advised to like slam on the brakes and everything as soon as you make contact with the deck? Well, in real life, Navy pilots are trained to actually slam the afterburner as soon as they like land on the deck of an aircraft carrier, because it's entirely possible that the wire that the tail hook of a Navy aircraft is supposed to latch onto, like, it's entirely possible that the pilot would miss that, and they are trained to slam the afterburner when they make their landing. Because imagine, like, if they miss the arresting wire, they, like, hit the brake instead, they're not going to have enough momentum in order to just launch off the deck again and then circle back around. Because if the pilot, like, realizes, oh shit, I missed the wire, like, I'm not slowing down, you know, they slam the throttle a bit too late, they're not going to have enough speed in order for them to be able to, like, go back up. Because they're going to point the nose of the aircraft up, but then it's just going to keep on falling, and then next thing you know, that's one less aircraft that that particular aircraft carrier has at their disposal, you know, and all that. So, little fun factoid there. Though it would be cool for like naval aircraft to have like what would it be, like, not Velcro, I guess, kind of like landing pads and whatnot, because at least from what I've observed in like Ace Combat games and whatnot, whenever you do like a carrier landing, the game like automatically slows your aircraft down to simulate like your aircraft having caught the like the arresting wire for like your particular aircraft and whatnot. That's what it's supposed to like simulate or like convey, and all that. But still, like when you actually like boil it down to like a game mechanic, it's like it just slows your speed down massively because like it detects that you're on an aircraft carrier deck for the sake of balance and whatnot. Man, okay, so speaking of games, well, you know what, actually, I'll save that conversation for whenever the next ad break rolls around, because I imagine that we're going to be having another one here in a little bit. I forget when off the top of my head the stream, like, rebooted, but, so it just dawned on me that I was going to have one of my YouTube uploads be, like, me talking about the video game that, like, the second video game that I ever made, that being Cheddar Scares. Because I talked about like the development of the game that I made, Cheddar Scares, and why I don't view it in very high regard as like the first game that I ever made, that being The Takeover. Both games being made for Twitch streamer Whiskey Dingo's like game jams and whatnot. You know, but it turns out I must have either accidentally deleted the VOD or like the Twitch VOD, or I just never got around to downloading it before the 14 days of the VODs being up on Twitch were expired, because I do have like most, if not all, well, not, I would say most right now, because I need to get back to uploading the backlog of VODs that I have from like previous streams and whatnot. So I have most of like my stream, but the fuck? We just entered the void. We just entered space. We entered the void again. All right, we lived the void. But it just dawned on me, like, damn, like, whatever happened to the VOD there? So I'm thinking that, like, I might talk about that again here, because I do want to make that like a YouTube upload at one point here. You know what? I'm just gonna go for the slide loads again. Y'all can have your fun journeys in space without me. That makes sense. I remember seeing a gameplay video of a carrier challenge in Microsoft Flight Sim. Oh, got ya. Oh yeah, Microsoft Flight Sim does have like a lot of like combat aircraft. Yeah, because it's got like the F-35. I want to say does Microsoft Flight Simulator have the Hornet as well, the FA-18? I forget. Like I'm not. Oh god, careful, careful, careful! Don't crash, don't crash. Do not crash, Thunderous! Oh my god. Oh, that was a bit of a shite angle of attack. The void. Went from the void to space, back to the void, back to Earth. I didn't know the XFA was powerful enough to literally go into space for brief moments in time. Okay, just goes to show you how powerful the aircraft is. So, I don't know. I kind of want to start on the rant now, but I don't know. Again, I just forget off the top of my head when we last. Oh wait, actually here I can check the time. 53 minutes. Okay, so almost been a full hour since the start of the stream up again. So you know what? I can start talking about it now and then like pause for the ad break probably. Let's see, XFA 27, my beloved. You kidding me? That wasn't a good launch angle. Come on. So, here is the development, the development horror story, frankly, of my second game that I ever made, that being Cheddar Scares. So, for context, Cheddar Scares was the game that I submitted for Whiskey Dingo's second ever game jam, that being an October/Halloween themed game jam that he hosted and everything. And it being my second game ever, I was still riding on the first game, like, development, like, high, essentially, like, having made my first video game ever, that being the takeover for the summer game jam that Whiskey Dingo hosted and everything. And because I was still riding on that, like, high and everything, the TLDR of it is that I got way too overconfident with the scope of the game. So the main like lesson that I learned from Cheddar Scares is the fact that I gotta be careful of the scope of my game, because in comparison to the summer game jam where we only had 1 month to develop a game, we had 2 months to develop the our like October/Halloween themed games and everything. So an increase of time by 1 month, plus me writing the like first game ever created high and everything, led me to essentially think that I could handle way more than I actually could. Like I was like I said, I got way too overconfident with the like the scope and everything. And at first everything seemed to be going good because I was knocking out a lot of like the sprite assets and you know, like hitting the person that I hit up last time, like for my first ever jam, I Am Yam. I hit them up for the music again, and excuse me, and all that. Fuck, we're back in the void again. We're out of the void. We lived again. And so like things were going like smooth for the start, but then as the like weeks kept on going and as we got closer and closer to the end of the jam, that was when I realized like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to do a bit of content cutting and whatnot. And the thing that sucks is that content cutting in video games is just a thing that happens. You know, like I'm well aware, like usually like 9 times out of 10, like very rarely does a game ever, you know, fully get released into the state that it was like envisioned from the start in terms of like content and everything, especially in this day and age where like lots of people like to like release their game as like a live service model, which I personally believe that the live service model has overstayed its welcome, but that's a topic for a different day. But especially in this day where people like to release their games like in parts rather than like all at once usually, which content updates are a good thing, don't get me wrong, like content updates and like in like general improvements and everything and all that, but it's just I've seen a lot of people more so in the AAA space and not indie. I've seen those people like abuse that kind of power to like get their game out on time, and then they advertise like fixes and everything as like new content and everything, and the next thing you know, the game is in the state that it should have been 5 months ago or like however many months ago, but you know, and all that, and they try to pass that off as like new content and whatnot. But the problem with my particular case is I got just way too overconfident in that, and when it was time to start cutting out content, I realized that the content in question that I was cutting out was like crucial parts of like the original vision that I had for my game, which meant that I unfortunately had to mishmash things together in desperation to make the game the way that it is and everything. To Yak 141, what? Hey, Ace Combat Show, welcome on in. Good to see ya. We are playing some more Ace Combat 2. I'm just going through the missions that I didn't get around to playing on from yesterday's stream, and I am rocking the XFA-27 for all of these missions. But back to the game and everything. I had to cut out a lot of the content, which meant that I didn't feel good about the game itself when the game actually came out, or when I published the game, I should say, in time for the jam and everything. And I just can't look at the game like very good, I should say, because the main reason why I'm as harsh on the game as I am is because looking back on it, it should have been obvious that the scope was way too big, because, you know, I was like as much of an independent like solo developer as I could. You know, I hit up I Am Yam, I hit them up for the music, but okay, the tracking system on those missiles just did not fucking work. See, those missiles actually tried just now. The previous pair that I sent just didn't, though. But, you know, like, I was handling all of the art and the coding and everything, so it should have been obvious to me that I, you know, shouldn't have tried to make my second game ever as big, you know, and grandiose as I was originally making it out to be. But then, you know, but, like, I don't know. Hindsight is 20/20. That's the thing, right? So, of course, now I recognize that, ooh, next time I should I should be a bit more careful with that, especially because at first I was like very adverse to the idea of the MVP, the minimum viable product that you need for a video game, as in, okay, what is the what is how much is it going to take for us to have the game be in a, you know, completable state, like not content filled or like even good or anything, just how much can what little can we include in order for the game to be completable and whatnot. And I was so used to the term minimum viable product being essentially abused by the AAA industry, because everyone is saying like, okay, what is the minimum amount of content we need to include so that we can not only, you know, meet our target deadline for the game launch, but also not get sued, you know, for delivering the lack of a finished product and everything, and all of that. So when I was so used to that term being like used in such a negative way, I'm like, oh god, no, I don't want to achieve like minimum status. I want to actually, you know, make my game feature rich and complete and everything. I don't want to fall to like the trap of like what the AAA scene is doing and everything, you know? But looking back on it now, it's probably a good idea to build your game with the objective that you should build it up to your minimum viable product first, and then if you have the time for it later on, then you can start adding onto it more and more and more. So, you know, nowadays I know that, but in the heat of the moment there, with like my second game, you know, I had to learn that the hard way, which game development and just life in general, you generally have to learn a lot of things like the hard way and whatnot, you know, which, you know, sucks in the moment, but there is a reason why people like to say that failure is oftentimes the best teacher, because it's moments like those that, you know, stick with you the most in everything. And I'm not gonna lie, the first couple of months, actually, you know, it's not like I was making a big deal out of it or anything, but the first couple of months, once the game was out and like once the game jam had passed and everything, I just felt unwell. I don't know if saying unwell would be the right term to use, because it's not like I felt sick or anything, you know? It's not like I was like sick to my stomach or like I needed to lay in bed, you know, for multiple hours out of like the day and whatnot. It's not anything like that. But at the same time though, it just never really like left my system essentially until like the extra like couple of months had passed, to where I thought to myself, you know, okay, I can use this as a learning experience. I can genuinely move on from this and move forward from there. Like now I could see myself making like another game. Like I can now see myself making like my third game ever. I've got no clue what that game would be. I would need to dust myself off and excuse me, and like relearn the fundamentals of coding and everything in Game Maker, the particular engine that I like to use, or liked, I should say, to use. It's been long enough that I think using past tense would be appropriate, and all that. So yeah, I don't know. That's my plan. Oh, and there's our ad break. Okay, I will not proceed forward with the mission until the ads are done. Didn't know the Yak 141 was an NEX combat game. Going from planes like F4s with turning circles from about don't worry about it to it's not that important, right? To planes like this is so satisfying. Yeah, like me personally, I really, really like to have my mobility stat emphasized. I can see why they called it the Phantom. Yeah. Me personally, I really like the mobility stat because I like it when my plane can turn quick in order to like get behind the enemy or make quick adjustments and whatnot, and all of that. Like speed and mobility. Like I am someone who prioritizes not getting hit at all in the first place. Like I am willing to make my fighter an absolute glass cannon if it means I can max out like speed, mobility, and like combat capabilities. Just because I've essentially been trained to do that whenever I've been S rank hunting, you know, because in most Ace Combat games, you know, you usually go down with just a couple sprinkles of like anti-air fire or a single missile. Like, even if you were to take, like, the A10 in Ace Combat 6, for instance, like, one of, if not, like, the most armored plane in the game, for instance, and, like, you got hit with a missile on Ace difficulty, that one missile would still take you down. So at that point, it's like, why even bother worrying about the defense stat at all? You know, like, in certain situations, you know, the defense stat can come in handy and whatnot, but I personally find those situations to be, like, few and far between compared to, like, the number of cases where just dodging the enemy fire and not getting hit at all to begin with is more important. I need some more water. You get another free hydrate redeem. What is this? So it is 7:30. Yeah, I'm thinking I will end around 8 o'clock or so today, especially because we are approaching the end of, like, the missions that I haven't quite done yet in Ace Combat 2, and then we will move on with whatever I have planned for Wednesday and Thursday. I am thinking for Wednesday and Thursday we'll move on to Assault Horizon Legacy next. That's my plan moving forward, because I like the idea of going from the original, like, that is Ace Combat 2, to the remake that is Assault Horizon Legacy, like pointing out the similarities, like, in the missions and whatnot, and then pointing out the differences as well with, like, certain gameplay mechanics and all that jazz. Which, it's really interesting now that I think about it. I don't know why the developers decided to go with Assault Horizon Legacy, because I don't know, Assault Horizon was not very well received, you know, or not as very well received as, like, other Ace Combat titles when it first came out back then. So I wonder why they ultimately went with Assault Horizon Legacy for the name of the game and everything. I wonder. That was fucking close. Holy shit, my life just flashed before my eyes now. That F-22 just decided to peace out. The disappearing guy meme, that was him. Shite, one of my earbuds doesn't work anymore. Oh no! Oh my god, I cannot think of, like, many greater pains than, like, your, like, headphones or your earbuds or whatever being out of commission. That sucks. And, like, not even a situation where, like, both of them are out or whatever, but it's just the one that doesn't work. So, like, you have one side that has, like, audio, but then the other side that doesn't. I find that infinitely more annoying and just aggravatingly infuriating, if that's even a proper phrase. It probably isn't, but I just made that up now. Then, like, if both of them, like, were out of commission and whatnot. Oh, no, I'm so sorry to hear about that. Damn. Come on, buddy. But yeah, so, like, hopping back to, like, the topic of like the second game that I ever made and whatnot, I think that, you know, ultimately I'm definitely not a big fan of like the harsh learning experience that I went through for that particular like experience and whatnot. But ultimately, having the approach of, like, approaching, like, a game for a game jam, or, like, whenever you're on, like, a very limited time frame to begin with, from the perspective of your minimum viable product, and then only add on to it if the time permits it, that ultimately is what I think is best, like, for game jams in particular. Obviously, like, if you just, like, want to release the game whenever, I do think you should wait until the game is, like, ready and, like, fit for release and everything, because at that point, you know, you don't have any, like, real reason to, you know, like, try and rush the development, you know, assuming that you don't have shareholders breathing down your neck and whatnot, being like, hey, release this on time, we need those immediate short-term gains so that we can buy our fucking 5th yacht, you know, this year and everything. Oh, shit. Yeah, the wiring on one side must have finally lost connection after using it for a long time. Damn. Sounds like you got your money's worth out of them at least, though. Or no, yeah, I was right the first time. Sounds like you got your money's worth out of the headphones, though, right? Because like the earbuds rather in this case. It reminds me of like the previous pair of headphones that I had. Like the pair of headphones that I used to have like lasted for years and everything. Like really good value for the money that I paid for them and everything. And like the headphones that I'm using right now, for instance, are really solid as well. Bam. See, as long as I can still hear on the other end, I'm good. Hey, fair enough. So that's visiting hours. So Juggernaut, Sentinel I still need to do. So yeah, a couple Kingpin, Last Resort, Fighter's Honor. So, okay, so yeah, a couple more. Oh, another stretch.
Attack on the enemy's assembled fleet. Because our carrier mobile fleet succeeded in breaking through the channel safely, our enemy has assembled their sea forces, and it appears to have put a stop to our invasion with all their forces. We will not be able to avoid them since they are on our operation route. Get onto this mission immediately and take them out. Target: enemy's mobile fleet. We expect a powerful attack from the combined power of the enemy.
The mobile fleet, K-Kona, what the fuck? Be on your guard, K-Kona. Yeah, I will want support with this one. Attack the enemy fleet as best you can, slash. Man, I know I said this during yesterday's stream, but like an Ace Combat 2 like playthrough, like pizza night sounds really fun right now. Ah, nice try. You know, you got your box of pizza around, you know, making sure to wipe your hands after every slice that you take, because I'm not about to sit here and encourage that you like get your grubby hands all over your controller, because I have unfortunately had one too many experiences where I've gotten the Cheeto, like Dorito, like powder, like crust covered, like controller at a friend's house. So like, ugh. Like, no, I ain't standing for that shit. Younger me was traumatized enough by that. Fuck Cheetos and Doritos. See, the thing is, I actually really like Doritos themselves. Like, nacho cheese and Cool Ranch are my two personal favorite flavors of Doritos. So I like Doritos themselves, but I am not about to stand here and just let your Dorito-covered hands, you know, fuck with the controller and whatnot. There we go. F-14 put up quite a fight. No, Slash is in trouble. Love the small circular Tostitos. Hey. I'm a plain flavor enjoyer. Hey, fair enough. Whatever rocks your boat. There you go. About damn time. I like how that ship was identified as a carrier. That did not look anything like an aircraft carrier to me. I don't know about you, chat. A carrier of supplies, maybe. I do kind of regret not purchasing Assault Horizon Legacy when it was released, all because of the title alone and not learning it was an Ace Combat 2 remake. That's exactly what I was hinting at, like just a couple of minutes ago, is that I wonder why they went with Assault Horizon Legacy, because that makes it seem like it's some kind of like sequel to or remake of or just spiritual successor, like something to do with the Assault Horizon universe and everything. And especially with Assault Horizon, you know, not being as well received as it was back then and still not being very well received today. You know, like it's I don't think Assault Horizon is my least favorite Ace Combat anymore because I've played Ace Combat Advance now. So I don't know though. It might feel kind of cheap for me to say that Advance is my least favorite Ace Combat game. You know, with the platform that it's on, and from what I've been able to gather, it seems like it was just kind of like an outsourced project just for the sake of having a game on the GBA. I can't say for certain though, because there's no development info on Ace Combat Advance and whatnot. Like, I don't even think like any like interviews, like for any interviews about like the rise of the Ace Combat franchise and whatnot, because like citing the what is it, the Games Radar Plus, I think the website is, like interview when the developers were when some of the devs were interviewed before the release of Ace Combat 6, you know, it immediately went from like talking about Ace Combat 5 and then immediately skipped to talking about Ace Combat 0 with no mention of Ace Combat Advance in between. Because anyone not familiar with the Ace Combat timeline, Ace Combat Advance came out before Ace Combat 0. Came after 5 and then before 0. So in the chronological release timeline, Advance would be like the next one in line to talk about and whatnot. But again, that just goes to show that Advance was that much of just like, I don't even want to say it was a disappointment, just so much of a non-factor, especially because Ace Combat Advance never got a Japanese release. Ace Combat Advance was never released in Japan, which immediately, you know, raises a bit of, or at least it raised like had me raise my eyebrow, because Japan is where Ace Combat was born. That was where Air Combat, you know, known internationally, but that was where Ace Combat 1 you know, and everything was born. So, you know, that was where, you know, the Ace Combat franchise began, like its long living legacy today and everything. So to see like an Ace Combat game not like get a release there was wild to me. See, Tostitos bite-sized rounds, that's what they're called. Nice. A 2D Ace Combat makes no sense. I mean, the thing is, I feel like a 2D Ace Combat game, like, could work, but it's not something that, like, I'm actively cheering on for and everything. And even then, like, the idea of a two-dimensional Ace Combat game definitely belongs in, like, a spin-off or spiritual successor kind of territory and whatnot. But even then, you know, you'd have limitations on, like, what you want your level design to be, and like how much less flexibility you'd have in comparison to a 3D kind of world, kind of environment and whatnot. And I will also admit I do have a bit of a bad taste in my mouth from like having played the little bit of Advance that I did, like for the sake of the video on it that'll be coming out sometime this week. I don't think it'll be coming out tomorrow, but probably like the day after, or like the day after the day, you know, the day after the day after, if I can word good and all that. But yeah, just, I don't know. Kind of, yeah. What's funny was the GBA port of Simpsons Hit and Run plays like a 3D game. What, does it really? What? Ooh. That was a bit of a fast approach there. Bam. Oh, fuck me. Do we have a carrier landing? Uh-oh. We are out at sea. Oh, no, we are. Okay. This appears to be the correct angle for an aircraft carrier landing, does it not? No, I'm gonna circle back around. I'm not gonna be a doofus this time. Holy shit, chat. My situational awareness is on point this time. Yo! I have a minute left to do this landing here. Oh, that's not far back enough. Hold on. Yo, Lupin Gray, welcome on in. Good to see ya. Nah, still came in a bit too fast there. Hold on. Okay, I managed to get the correct direction of the aircraft carrier this time. Now, can I slow the fuck down enough, please? What if I just let the time run out? Is it gonna automatically like crash? Okay, no, this ought to be far enough. Okay. There we go. Okay, nailed it. I nailed an aircraft carrier landing in Ace Combat 2. All right, I have redeemed myself on this day. Yes, there we go. Okay, yay. I done did it. I can't imagine the cost of replacing the XFA-27 though, if it can even be replaced. Oh, hey, there's Lupin. Hey, he was like, yeah, well, come on in, Lupin. Yeah, good to see you. We are indeed eyeing. Bro didn't die. Bumpers. I know, right? Yo. Yeah, you missed it, Lupin. We had a bit of scuff earlier today. So, okay, so here's what happened at the start of the stream. So first, my Steam Deck seemed to be shitting the bed because I was getting a lot of input delay from the Steam Deck to my Bluetooth controller. So I had to restart my Steam Deck, and then my internet decided to shit out for a little bit. But I think more so it was from like my USB USB-C to like Ethernet port adapter, like have like something happen there, because like the internet itself didn't die again, thankfully. It's just the Ethernet port that I had might have like shit the bed a little bit. So it was looking like the universe itself was telling me, hey, take today off. You know, I think you should take today off. But no, here we are. Bam. Whatever happened there, I am still streaming. Now let's hope I can survive the last 15 minutes. I really hope I didn't just jinx myself for the last little bit of the stream here. We shall see. Don't worry, I'm sure I'll get to see some more scuff next stream. Stream scuff, the usual, yeah. What do we got here?
Destroying the Coast Radar Facility. Your last mission in Operation Alphaville is to destroy the enemy's radar facilities installed all...
Oh yeah, this one can go on for a really long while if you like go after all the non-mission critical targets, I think, right? If I'm remembering this correctly.
We will have to resort to using...
Shit, that might actually be perfect, because yeah, we're down to the last 15 minutes of the stream.
Radar installation. We expect this to be a fierce battle, but if we can break through their defense, their headquarters will be easily within our reach. Give it your best.
Psych, already destroyed it earlier. All right, slash, and then let's just have you engage the enemy aircraft. XFA-27 gang, let's roll out. Just a few billion in taxpayer dollars. Yeah, probably just a few billion, yeah. All right, let's roll. That would have been a rough start if I'd immediately eaten shit with a missile there. Hey! Oh yeah, this one can go on for a long while with all the... Oop. Nope, I ain't about to screw myself there. Nope. Nah, any screwing of me will need to happen off camera after stream here. Oh, come here, boy. I see you. I see you. Your stealth capabilities will only get you so far. There you go. Bum ba dum bum. Love the guitar. I said it once before. I've said it way more than once before. But God, I love the guitar here. I think you can actually destroy the radar missiles if you get, or the radar missiles. You can destroy the site if you get lucky with your missiles, right? Yeah, look at that. Wait, do you not get the destroyed text, or was something just happening there? Oh, hang on. Got someone oh my fucking God, I was a bit too close to the ground there. Oh my God, that could have been bad. I gotta be a little less reckless next time. That would have just been me. That wouldn't have been any kind of controller lag or whatever. You know, I think I will take the altitude too low pull-up warning a bit more seriously this time. God, I could not imagine playing a game like this, like through OBS with the bit of delay that I have here and everything. I still don't know why the hell Whiskey Dingo like plays most of his games through OBS, because I can look over to the chat and like chat with you guys just fine. I don't know why he needs to play through OBS and deal with like the delay and everything. Maybe that's why he's got like major skill issues at video games. It's the delay of what's happening on the screen versus his inputs. Were it so easy to dodge missiles like that in real life, but alas, no, you shall die. Ew, he plays in the preview window. I mean, however many streams ago it was, he admitted that, like, more often than not, he'll play the game through, yeah, like, the preview window in OBS itself rather than directly looking at the monitor. And he said it's because he wants to be able to read the chat a bit easier that way. But, bro, look at your monitor and then just look over to OBS with the chat, or better yet, have, like, your stream manager up on your phone or something. Like, that's what I'm doing right now. I've got the TV in front of me. I've got my monitor to my side here, but then I also have my my phone here up on my desk, like tilted up and everything, so that I can see like the activity feed and everything, so that I can, you know, properly shout people out for like following, subbing, bit donos, whatever. But then on top of that, I also get to like look at the chat, just a quick little glance down and everything. I don't have to like tilt my, you know, head over and whatnot. But even then, the pause button, well, I don't even know if I can say the pause button exists, because lots of games nowadays have some like bullshit always online DRM requirements where like your game will still continue, even if you have like the pause button and whatnot. So I don't know if I can confidently say there's a pause button nowadays, you know. So credit where it's due, you know. But still, yeah. Yeah, as if him mixing mayonnaise into mac and cheese wasn't bad enough. Yeah, every now and then he plays through like the OBS preview window. Now I keep on fucking up the... How the fuck do I get rid of this button? Wait, which one? Huh? Huh? Dingo is a savage. Shield mode, it's way too easy to press. Oh yeah, the shield, yeah, the shield button in mod view. Yeah, like I've finally taken a glance at like what mod view is like and everything. Yeah, no, that button is way too close to like all of the other things I need to press. It's like, what the fuck is that? Yeah, I've finally taken a look at mod view myself. So Dingo is a savage. He really is a savage, yeah. Playing in a less I guess, you know what, on the bright side, that means that whenever he does win a game, he's more of a Giga Chad, because he's willingly putting himself through more like input delay and like cursed meals and everything. So even if he dies like multiple times along the way, the fact he's still able to complete the game at all is honestly pretty commendable. Yo, Pafioso, welcome on in. Good to see ya. How's your day been? Just chilling with some more Ace Combat here. Let's see. Sometimes Whiskey just does insane stuff. Like, despite his disconnect issues, he doesn't want to use dual PC with the computers he's already done. All because he doesn't want to have two mice. Use share mouse, bro. QCat. Yo, QCat, Pafioso, yeah. I don't know what swapping target air on did, but I'm just gonna leave it off because that's how it was before. I don't want my rhythm to be goofed up. Oh, we entered space. Now, we entered the void. We are out of the void. Yo, super planes and Ace Combat are able to survive the literal void. Yeah, that's interesting. You don't get the bullseye message for whenever you destroy the radar site just with free fire missiles. Huh. And when compared to your cannon and everything. Man, I mean, in all fairness though, I will probably need to do like a single desktop PC setup for like my setup and everything, at least for a little while. I do want to explore the possibility of like having a dual PC setup, because yeah, like having a dual PC setup for like as a backup PC in case like one PC crashes and whatnot, less you know, like less strain on like the PC that's gaming and whatnot. So I do like the idea of a dual PC setup. I just don't know if I have the money for a dual one, at least at the start and whatnot. God, if you play through the preview window, there's no point in even having a decent main monitor. Might as well just run 720p 60. Yeah. I mean, in all fairness, that is what I'm running on the stream right now. Yeah. My poor laptop would probably struggle to output the stream a little bit in 1080. Another big stretch. What time is it? 7:55. Oh, we could probably crank out one more mission. Well, I don't know. Actually, that's the end of the. You have an excuse. Aw, thank you. Yeah. See, I'm not huffing the copium. Whiskey is, yeah. Yeah, my like real talk though, my hardware would probably absolutely collapse and shit the bed if I tried to stream in 1080. 1080p, you'd get like 10 frames a second or something.
Attack on the
A 1080p 10 frame a second stream where I'm playing through the preview window here on OBS. That would be a nightmare. We're gonna play through Fighter's Honor one more time just to round out the stream here, I'm thinking. He has like a $3,000 computer and another $1,000 computer. Wait, yeah, so why doesn't he want to use the dual PC setup then? You know, then again, I can't say that I'm too surprised he's not willing to use like mouse share or whatever it is, because I don't think he knows like the specs for his like PCs and everything. Because I distinctly remember when when Whiskey got like the new PC after the one that he had for a while kept on like giving him disconnect issues. He was like, oh, I forget off the top of my head, because he got it pre-built, I'm pretty sure, the new PC. And we were all like, show PC specs, show PC specs, and everything. And he's like, I don't know my PC specs. Like, respectfully, my brother in Christ, you bought the computer. How do you not know what your specs are? Like, Whiskey, look, I love you, man. You have been a shining star in my life, you know? In all of our lives, for that matter. For anyone here who also watches Whiskey, you provide us a safe space to be, you know, for us to be who we are, for us to chill out and relax after a rough day. How do you not know what your own PC specs are? I say as if I know what, then again, no, I'm just using like integrated graphics and everything for my laptop. See, so again, I have an excuse. Speaking of the void, there's a glitch in the, wait, hang on. Speaking of the, if I could word good. Speaking of the void, there we go. There's a glitch in the mobile Twitch app where there's a huge gap in the middle of the text chat when you post an emote. Oh no, really? I personally haven't run into that myself, but see. Literally because he doesn't want two mice. It's a tech literacy thing, I think. Surely you know your CPU, your RAM, that kind of stuff. Yeah, like some of the basic stuff. Yeah, like CPU, what kind of graphics card you have, things like that. Yeah, like some of the more like finer details and everything, I would, you know, that's perfectly like understandable and everything. But I don't think he even listed like what CPU and like GPU, like how much RAM and everything like he had. I mean, then again, I could be wrong. I might have like missed something in like a later stream. So do not quote me on that. But yeah, no, I don't want this to be like taken out of context or misconstrued or anything like that. No, I still really love Whiskey Dingo. Like I still like attend, you know, like his streams daily. He's still like a shining star in, you know, like my life and like a lot of people's lives and everything. Like being able to just chill with him after a day, like especially after having a rough day. Like I've had moments where I'm like, oh shit, yeah, Whiskey streaming later today, and I've been uplifted and everything. But it's just like, you know, brother, PC spin. Okay. Show PC specs and everything. Yeah, just some of his like quirks and features essentially is like a bit like definitely deserves some haunts in the chat. Yeah, let's see, nah, no, hey, we're just being like playful. Like we don't actually like, you know, secretly hate the guy or anything like that. We're just poking fun. Boom goes the missile. Flashbang. He'd be a goober after all. Yeah, but he's our little goober, our little femboy dingo goober.
The enemy has been completely suppressed. Return to base immediately. Repeat, the enemy's forces have been completely suppressed. Our operation was successful. Return to base immediately.
We did it. Let's go home. Goober? More like boog. And that is Ace Combat 2. Man, it's such a a really neat game, especially with like I said in yesterday's stream, with like how much of an evolution of the formula this was for like gameplay specifically. Let's see. Hey fellas, hey Doomsday, welcome on in. Good to see ya. Mission accomplished. Yeah. But yeah, especially banged my knee against my desk again. Oh shit, the stream is probably gonna crash and burn and die now. Something probably just disconnected. I love the ending movie music. Same here, yeah. Nice, calm, relaxing, chill as we get to watch planes doing acrobatics in the sky. Ooh. The models in that cinematic are really good for 1997. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, this is really solid for 97 back then. Cause yeah, there's like models and so of like various media in like the mid 2000s or something that doesn't even look as good compared to something like this. Yeah. Right now I'm thinking of like the on the note of like on like bad animations and whatnot. I for some reason am thinking of like the rough animations and like whatever school like videos that we were shown for like whatever class it was. Chat, when the teacher rolled out like the big CRT TV with like the VHS player and whatnot, you knew that was going to be a fun class. Or like not even like VHS player, DVD player, whatever it was, you knew that class was going to be a good one because you would be able to just sit down and watch the video and whatnot. And it was doubly nice whenever you could just sit down and relax and watch the video, and you didn't have to answer any fuck-ass questions during like the movie or like whatever presentation you're watching, because as soon as like you bring in like a sheet of questions where you have to answer like questions, like write down your answers and everything as like the whatchamacallit, the movie or whatever is going on, all of a sudden all the immersion that goes into like watching the product just instantly gets like wiped out because everyone is focused on making sure they get the answer right for the points and not actually absorbing the material that is being shown to them through like the VHS or the disc or like whatever is being shown, you know? That is why I personally really did not like having to answer questions during like a movie or whatnot. Because then it turned into, well, fuck, okay, I just gotta pay attention, and I just gotta pay attention to just some questions now. I don't actually get to enjoy the damn thing that's being shown on the screen, you know? But yeah, that's my take. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Dude, being able to watch Bill Nye the Science Guy during like science class or whatnot, so damn good. I really like that. Alrighty, well, it is 8 o'clock, well, not exactly 8 o'clock on the dot, but it is 8:03, and I do think that I am going to call it a stream here, especially since we've pretty much exhausted Ace Combat 2. We played through the missions that I didn't get to on the first time playthrough. We got to play with the XFA-27, didn't get to play through some of the aircraft that were in the extra path and whatnot. I might return to Ace Combat 2 at some point. just like for a normal playthrough. I definitely do want to return to Ace Combat 2 at some point in the future. When I'm ready to start when I'm ready to start live streaming. Yeah, no, what have I been doing? What have I been doing then? What is this if not a live stream? When I'm ready to start speedrunning things and all that, I definitely want Ace Combat 2 to be a game that I attempt to speedrun and everything. I'm not sure what other games I would want to try that for, but Ace Combat 2 is definitely one of those ones. So I will get back to that game when I feel ready to do such a thing. Tomorrow and Thursday, I'm anticipating that it's going to take me all of Wednesday and all of Thursday for the rest of this week. We will be playing Ace Combat Assault Horizon Legacy. That is the remake of Ace Combat 2. And again, I don't know why they went with Assault Horizon Legacy, especially given how bad Assault Horizon is viewed by not just myself, but from a lot of the Ace Combat community as well and everything. Another good stream despite the rough start? Yeah, I'm definitely glad that I pushed through to the end. Yeah, it was definitely looking rough for a little bit there, but hey, we passed, we pushed past, I guess, yeah, pass through the scuff would still work, but we pushed through the scuff, we pushed on, and we did it. So, as Fuzan typed in the chat, with all of that being said, thank you all for watching. I hope this was a nice little stream. Definitely more of like a laid-back, vibey kind of stream where we just, sat back, relaxed, chatted about whatever, and hope everyone had a good time. Yeah. So, if you like the idea of video game reviews and essays, I have a YouTube channel where I post those kinds of videos. Sorry I missed the stream. I was watching Darv playing Devil May Cry 5 with skill issue. Oh, you're good, Dooms. No worries. No worries. Yeah, like for any new viewers watching like for the first time, I personally don't mind, like people like coming in, like later on into the stream or like only being able to stick around for, a couple minutes or whatever. It is entirely an open door policy, You can come in as much as you want. You can leave as much as you want. You can come in as much as, wait a minute, hold on. No, I worded that wrong. No, hold on. No, you can watch the stream. There we go. As much as you like. You can pop on out as much as you like, open door policy. Like you're not I know that I'm not obligated to anyone's time or, like money or whatever, So that would be a very toxic and ill way to go about live streaming if I thought like, oi, you didn't stick around for your quota of 1 hour out of my 2-hour stream, that would be very toxic. So no, hop on in, pop on out, do whatever as much as you want, Like I said, open door policy. Hopefully I do the same to stream Devil May Cry so good. Nice. So we're in Darv then. He's done. Okay. But yeah, so I have a YouTube where I post video game reviews and essay. Ban me then. And then so there's that YouTube link. I also have a Twitter where I post updates to things like live stream updates, video updates, and all that jazz. I stream 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern. But occasionally I do like to go a little bit overtime, but generally 8 p.m. is where I like to call it a stream there. But yeah, like I said, once in a blue moon, I do like to go over, hence why yesterday's stream went over a little bit longer than normal. But those are pretty few and far between in the grand scheme of things. So let us go find someone to raid. Let's see who is live at the moment. Let me refresh my page here. Shia Banui. There's Max Fluffy. You know what? Let's go raid Max Fluffy. And you know what? I was going to say, how about, you know what? Let's have tonight's raid message be XYZ, but I already know chat is going to just completely ignore my suggestion, so think of whatever raid message that you want to. I have submitted to my fate. Chat, y'all are a bunch of goofy goobers, goob, who does not listen to the streamer. SMH shaking my head. Goob grump here. With all that being said, and all that. Thunder is cool. Hey, there we go. But yeah, so that concludes today's stream. I will be live tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern for some Ace Combat Assault Horizon Legacy. Hope to see you all there. Thunder is cuter than Max Love. Oi, what? What is this? What is this heresy? What is this heresy in my chat right now? Look, I know I said that I've resigned to my fate, that you guys will ignore whatever raid message that I decide to come up with, but what is this? What is this that I'm saying? What is going on right now? But yeah, hope to see you all there tomorrow. Stay safe, stay healthy, and peace out, everyone.